Nagasaki marks 78th anniversary of atomic bombing with mayor urging world to abolish nuclear.
Here's a summary of the article.
Tokyo, Nagasaki marked the 78th anniversary of the US atomic bombing of the city Wednesday, with the mayor urging world powers to abolish nuclear weapons, saying nuclear deterrence also increases risks of nuclear war. Shiro Suzuki made the remark after the Group of 7 industrial powers adopted a separate document on nuclear disarmament in May that called for using nuclear weapons as deterrents. Now is the time to show courage and make the decision to break free from dependence on nuclear deterrents, Nagasaki Mayor Shiro Suzuki said in his peace declaration Wednesday. As long as states are dependent on nuclear deterrents, we cannot realize a world without nuclear weapons. Russia's nuclear threat has encouraged other nuclear states to accelerate their dependence on nuclear weapons or enhance capabilities, further increasing the risk of nuclear war, and that Russia is not the only one representing the risk of nuclear deterrence, Suzuki said. Suzuki, whose parents were hibakusha, or survivors of the Nagasaki attack, said knowing the reality of the atomic bombings is the starting point for achieving a world without nuclear weapons. Kishida, who represents Hiroshima in parliament, has sought to showcase the G7 commitment to nuclear disarmament but has angered the survivors for justifying nuclear arms possession for deterrence and for refusing to sign the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. As Washington's ally, Japan is under the U.S. nuclear umbrella and seeks stronger protection as the allies reinforce security cooperation to deal with threats from China and North Korea's nuclear and missile advancement.
This post received a score of 5,900, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It'll never happen. There's just no incentive for any individual country to give up the single greatest deterrent for anyone to mess with them. That's what Ukraine did, and look where that led them. A world without nuclear weapons would be safer in many ways, but I don't see it happening. Without nukes, WW3 would have already happened 50 years ago. They have kept the world mostly safe for 78 years.
While you are totally correct, I think it's important to acknowledge just how many times the button has either nearly been pushed, or only not pushed purely due to a single mid-ranking officer's gut feeling. In the likely event that nobody clicks the link to spare themselves the rabbit hole, I'll highlight the scariest one.
The human element was ironically both the cause and solution, salvation in a lot of these close calls. Both sides had personnel that did what they were supposed to, check and verify the information, and confirm if the threat was real or not. It took 8 minutes to confirm the launch was a false alarm. Herein lies the risk. This system needs to work every single time, a pure 100% success rate for the rest our time under the nuclear threat.
I wish I could remember who said the quote, but it goes something like, "It is reasonable to see a circus performer dance upon a rope for 10 minutes. It's ridiculous to expect that for 300 years?
I wish it were possible to abolish them, but fear of being threatened or attacked will keep them around forever, I imagine."
If Russia didn't have nukes, NATO would have rolled through them after invading Ukraine. And that's exactly why Russia thinks it can attack any country that doesn't have nukes, because the world will be too afraid to do anything to the Russia mainland. Russia can essentially throw everything it has at Ukraine and leave itself defenseless and just rely on the nukes for defense. Russia couldn't even protect Moscow from the Wagner Group.
As I thought on Oppenheimer, I doubled down on being content with the fact that there are states in the world that have them and can't be trusted with them, so it's best we keep ours. The unfortunate reality is that the post-war stability and prosperity are built on the foundation of fear of nuclear annihilation.
Nope, I don't fancy what's happening in Ukraine to happen here.
Abolish nuclear weapon means World War III sooner.
And more people have died in Ukraine than either atomic bombing, probably more than combined at this point.
Denuclearization? Sure. You go first.
No. You.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.